A very wonderful, loving hello to all of you. Here to a new oracle, a love tarot. And today we are looking at your beloved person, your counterpart. What is currently the topic for him or her? What might be occupying his mind? What is his topic? Of course, we are in the energy concerning you. What exactly is going on there? What is his topic there? And, you know, my dears, we are a collective. Person cards are gender neutral. This is your counterpart, both male and female. And a collective reading cannot apply to everyone. And you transform. We are here for you, for your situation. And also our person cards, of course. Always transform again. And I know you do it so excellently, so fantastically. And even if there's something where you say, no, that's not his topic, or he doesn't go to the gym, then leave it out. Then take, for example, the golf course, or I don't know, the fishing club, or something like that. So in that sense, but I know you do it really well. And yes, we capture, as I said, the energy of the now, the most present energy that wants to show itself. And we look to see what is currently the topic in this oracle for him or her. And a very heartfelt thank you again to you all for your kindness towards me, for your comments, so much warmth, so much gratitude. It truly means an infinite amount to me. And I also infinitely appreciate it because you are wonderful. And now let's take a look at what the current topic is with your counterpart. So I believe the card already says quite a bit here. We have letter, and this is about messages, confessions for some, but also about a personal meeting. Let's take a closer look, you know. We will get more clarity here than in detail. In any case, this is about a message. And there is also something shown here that indicates a lack of depth. So it seems that something hasn't gone very deep here. And we have the pad book, which is a secret. Something is still hidden in secrecy here. In the secret. And yes, definitely a big topic. You know, communication. Communication meetings. So communication can be by phone, can be written, and also in person. Thank you very much. But there is also something here that he still keeps secret. Is something that might now reveal itself to you, which is closed off, or where nothing is happening anymore, where he says, no communication, you know, oh, he ended the whole thing, there's nothing left. But somewhere there's still a secret here. And I would say this chapter where you might now think, okay, it has closed here. Or he said the whole thing is over. Something here is not over yet. You know, something is opening up again. And it's like this. There was something in the communication which, yes, the lack of depth was also part of it. Maybe it was only on the surface that the whole thing was maintained. Maybe he wasn't ready to engage in communication. He always made a secret out of various things, closed himself off. But as I said, his issue is definitely communication here. To what extent the communication, we'll definitely look into that further, as I said. He is already quite silent here, as I mentioned. He also kept something hidden. And yet, there is something here that might be somewhat familiar. But I would say it's a fantastic topic. And already, because, so, well, we have the snake. Okay, terrible, right? There are entanglements here. You know, we are now also entering the time, of course, because we are right here. Communication. Let's see what else is shown here. These are some entanglements. It might have to do with another woman. Oh man, as I said, please adapt it for yourselves, for your situation. But it can also be a family It doesn't have to be a partner. It can also be the mother, the aunt, the cousin, the sister, a good friend, a good male friend, something like that. In any case, he or she is stuck in entanglements here. It's quite complicated. But if we take the whole combination here, that's something here which was also closed off on here, communication, something here is also the clearing. Something is also changing here. That perhaps the view is also shifting in another direction. And complications, yes. But a renewal is also shown because your counterpart is really trying to wriggle out of it quite a bit here, or has managed to wriggle out of one thing or another here, especially wriggled out of communication, closed off. If I don't talk about it, leave me alone, something like that. So we are here in communication, but it's also the case with her that something is really missing for him as well. We also have the greatest luck card here, the great luck. And there, optimism is also shown, especially warmth, even if he has perhaps been as cold as an ice block the whole time. Coldness, huh? This buff, no? Defensive reaction. This rejection, this refusal towards you. Now there is something that touches him, something he might have always carried in secret. Perhaps it was really that he couldn't allow warmth, couldn't allow closeness. And there, we also have the theme of attraction. Attraction to harmony, to security. And we are here in the energy directed towards you. This is also about the outlook, your outlook, the attraction. And there it is. So something is happening here. Perhaps there was a lack of balance, of equilibrium between the two of you, especially in communication. Is it now perhaps that you say, wow, somehow my counterpart doesn't want to at all. They avoid me, they push me away, this defensive attitude, this cold shoulder, something along those lines. And maybe he showed you that on the outside, but something is troubling him inside. Because that's what keeps causing these entanglements here. He's caught up in some entanglements, stuck. So, and for him, it's also like this. The harmony, the security, the longing, they have longing as a major theme. Maybe that's what he didn't want to see all along. But here, the devotion is also shown, the sensuality, and above all, that he with himself comes to inner peace. As I said, we have here, there is an influence included here as well. We have complications here, entanglements, as I said, which are blocking the whole thing. Perhaps it falters at a meeting or generally in contact. But I rather think that it's about meetings here. But we will then, as I said, take another close look. We are also going deeper here, but in any case, activity is also shown here. And the balance. So he is occupied with what? Yes. And what exactly it is, we will see. So his topic is definitely communication. Yes. Exactly. Communication. It definitely concerns you. Yes. Now we also know what it's about. As we have seen, it is shown again a very big topic. He or she, his insecurity. His insecurity, the connection, concerns. So one, certainly saying the topic, when is that he avoids it, has avoided it, shows the cold shoulder and the withdrawal. The withdrawal is a very big topic here. It had to do with his past. The doubts, he showed you the cold shoulder. Cold shoulder in communication, like in a personal meeting. whether it's in the domestic sphere, communication in general. But here, like a big topic, a personal meeting. So that's what it's about. He also avoids you there. Here, it's about meetings, this personal aspect, this seeing conversation. And there he is completely blocked because he or she is completely insecure. So I'll tell you quite honestly, after this collective reading, as he presented it to me here, it is so that he is completely in despair. Despair in his fears, in the problems. This has to do with something material, something financial. This is about, yes, as I might have hinted earlier, that here again, mother, aunt, uncle, or whoever, another person. And there I have very strongly, the entanglements lie with him. This is when you meet, because basically he wants this meeting. That is what he wants. We have this meeting. He wants it. It's just that he has repeatedly made excuses, or still does. Regarding the meeting, yes. Excuses. This, I can't, it's not possible. Or, now I'm doing something myself in this area. Pushing away. But that has nothing to do with you. So the meeting, yes, he wants to see you. Only why he reacted that way has nothing to do with you. That is definitely his environment. Because he doesn't trust himself at all. The dumpling, I haven't made him restless or nervous. And some have told you something that isn't true, that corresponds to the truth. And the secret here is that he might be dependent on his mother or sister, cousin, whatever. No matter from whom, but there is a dependency that makes it so he can't really tell me properly. And now he's deeply entangled in it. He's been putting on a bit of an act the whole time, whether you were in a relationship or not, or afterwards or during the getting to know phase, no matter how. It doesn't have to be that you were already in a committed partnership. It doesn't have to be. It could also have been the getting to know phase. It could also be the man or woman you are about to meet, where you then think, wow, wait a minute, I saw a reading like this. That you then remember this situation, then it is already being shown to you now how you might be able to prepare or handle it. Especially this aha moment that is being shown to him. Okay, all right, then I know what's going on. Could it have been the life for me? Yes. And here it is, clearly about a relationship. And that's what he has been running away from. If he also ran away from you because he said he can't enter a relationship or something like that, it has nothing to do with you. No, definitely not. It has to do with his environment. He is running away and he is deeply involved in it. And with him, it's like this. He gave you the cold shoulder, as I said, showed. But he also had to, he couldn't, it sounds harsh now. I know when I say he had to give you the cold shoulder. He didn't know anymore where to go. He couldn't find a way out, nothing at all. It was such a brief reaction, a panic attack. Showing the cold shoulder or ghosting you, blocking you, whatever. Running away from you, avoiding contact, no. And that's also why he had to do it, because he didn't know at all what else he could do. Because in the conversation with you, you might bring something up. He didn't know how to talk his way out of it anymore. Because it's embarrassing for him, really. Really embarrassing. He is even somewhat ashamed of it. That let's just call it mother. How obedient he is. Because this person, his environment, so this person, there can be several now. As I said, we are transforming it, has a problem with control. Also concerning finances. So there is this dependency. If you now also say, but he has a lot of money and so on. Yes, okay, he does. But we are here, we are looking at the background, the view behind the scenes. That's what we do. That's what you don't see outside. Maybe some feel it. That's what we see in every reading here. What is happening behind the scenes? What keeps secret? And the secret is completely in this connection. Finances. The connection to the mother can also be a relationship. That he doesn't have everything in his own hands there. And that's why he's avoiding you. And it's about communication for him because he misses you. He misses you. We have the longing here. We have this attraction. We have the closeness, these deep feelings. So even if you don't notice anything now or notice the complete opposite, hey, the jerk completely gave me the cold shoulder. He doesn't want anything to do with me anymore. He loves you. He or she definitely loves you. Despite the cold shoulder. As I said, he couldn't find a way out anymore. He had to show it to you. He had to reject you. He had to push you away, which hurt him terribly. That's what he doesn't show. It can also happen that he said something during the conversation, suddenly left and was gone, where you think, wow, he dumped me coldly. But that's because he left. Because he was more or less on the verge of tears, almost unable to speak. Because he was holding back the tears. He might not have wanted to cry or anything, but because in the language, I have the language blocked. And the inner tears, the torn feelings, because he is completely like standing between two chairs. And the fact that he showed the cold shoulder, rejected you, turned you away, is also what now shows him. Wait a moment, I love this woman. I love this woman. Because there are the feelings of happiness. The thought of you is the feeling of happiness, the harmony, and that is what he is missing. I have him completely in his chaos, really in absolute chaos. And he is also in the process of cleaning up. Communication is a big issue because that is also being resolved. We are now in the area of communication, but I say clearly here, communication is needed so that one can meet. But for him or her, it's about seeing you again. It's about holding you in their arms, the physical closeness, the domestic area, the harmony. And there I have the harmony, the domestic area in transition. Change means that contact is coming. The personal meeting. And I also have the physical closeness. No, we are not immediately talking about sexuality here. That's not what this reading is about. Here it's simply about holding in arms, this touch, caressing, things like that. That's what it's about because he just wants you. That is your positive energy. He wants to have you around him. That's what he misses. That's what he wants. As I said, still a bit blocked. Yes, because, as I said, he hasn't fully told the truth and has kept quite a lot in secret. In secret anyway, how he feels and the cold shoulder he showed because he couldn't reveal to you. Who actually has the lead in his environment. And it's not him. He might have told you something a bit different about that. In any case, as I said, the leadership here is completely from another person. Here I have authorities, right? Decisions, it could also be banking transactions or something like that, right? It could be investments, that something is being done here, or a move or anything else, right? Or some kind of purchase. No matter what it's about here, so this area, everything material, financial, and so on, I have someone completely different here who has leadership over him. And I've had this repeatedly in the past, over and over again. But believe me, as intense as it is now, it wasn't like this before, but it's needed. This is important for him to wake up. He needs this hit with the baseball bat from his environment so that it finally clicks up there. Especially the dance of the synapses, so that everything stops here and a clear line comes in. He is completely nervous and restless. This longing, this missing, as I said, for you, he misses you more than you can imagine. And when you think of him or when you think, wait a minute, now I'm doing something completely different. Why am I suddenly thinking of him? I don't want to at all. He gave me the cold shoulder, the complete fool. But it's because he's thinking of you right now. Because he has you completely central in his mind. You occupy his thoughts very, very, very strongly. Yes. So from that perspective, oh, look there, please take a look. So there's really no question about it. There's really nothing more to say about it. We have the connection between the two of you, where there's still a bit of, yes, maybe there was also a misunderstanding. Maybe where you have already been in the relationship, there was always this back and forth, someone else interfered, But now it means he wants to close the circle, he wants the connection with you, he wants contact with you, he wants a personal meeting with you. He wants a personal meeting in a new beginning because the attraction is really, really, really strong. And even if he is still going around in circles here, has been going around in circles the whole time, he wants the new beginning, the change, the transformation. It is completely moving into healing here, into healing, his inner child healing as well. That is also his theme. And even if it is just phone contact at first, yes, but here the growth is shown and it is developing because your connection in a personal meeting that also needs to reconnect first. So that stability comes in, and it will. But for some, it is not clear here. It might also be that it starts a bit playfully here, maybe a little like, well, like this, where you think, that's just now. You don't actually see that this is about something else concerning a relationship. Yes, but he does that because he is still unsure and nervous. And also in the meeting, I also have a bit of yes, like stuttering, something along those lines. But that's his and her nervousness. Personal meeting, that's what this is about. There will definitely be another personal meeting between the two of you. And it is very, very, very certain that this meeting will happen. The connection to you. And there, I have, it goes quickly. I have fast movement. Now, maybe, okay, we still have the book here with us. So it's not quite ready to be announced yet. As I said, he really has, because he is in the process of tidying up. So he is already tidying up. And then it goes quickly. So I would say the speed could be, he writes to you, watch out, let's meet in an hour. Something along those lines. Or even tomorrow, because he is actually overwhelming himself there. He stumbles quite a bit here and is actually moving faster than his feet can carry him. So from that perspective, we really have very strong, very good movement here as well. A lot of positives. And we have the speed again. So he wants. It could really be a Sunday now. That a Sunday is being shown here. Sunday or then around noon, where something is starting to move a bit here, but where it is also a bit calmer. So, as I said, we definitely have movement. And this here definitely makes the decision. To write to you, I would say the meeting can, but collectively, times are always, you have them in your own hands. Because I also have a Friday included. So it could be that he writes to you on Friday and the meeting is on Sunday. So that could very well be possible. But it could also be that it's Friday when he decides to write to you and then writes to you on Sunday. Or he decides on Sunday and writes to you on Friday and wants to meet you right away on Friday. So something like that, these 2 days. So there's definitely something about these days. But as I said, we have beautiful movement here. We have here comes real movement. And now is the beginning. Now is the start. Something is beginning. And I'll say it like this. We are here approximately, yes. 6 to 7 can now be days, weeks. I don't want to take months now. It's a bit, if we go for months, so I'll say 6 to 7 days, weeks, maybe within that time. Up to weeks, 6 weeks. And yes, so roughly in this direction, that this stepping really takes place. I would say when push comes to shove, that we might then actually, Cupid, be at 3 months. But here I'm more in the days, weeks range. That's how I would see it here. Okay, my dears, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching and wish you a wonderfully beautiful rest of the day. Goodbye.